I think it's time to talk about the situation. So what is the situation? The situation is that there are people who still believe that Citrinne is just as fast as units like Ivy and Anna. In this playthrough, I don't have an Anna, but I do have an Ivy. So this Ivy is effectively level 23. She was immediately Master Sealed and then Second Sealed without leveling up. So she's basically leveled up 6 times on Mage Knight, because once you Second Seal onto a class, you start out at level 1, but that's not the equivalent of getting a level up, it's just changing classes. So she really leveled up 6 times on Mage Knight. So she's level 23 versus this level 22 Citrinne. Now, there's a few issues with Citrinne that I think need to be pointed out if you're trying to get her to double. And most people will say just throw Lin on her, but that seems to be this like weird thing that people bring up or people suggest when a unit is just way too slow. Like if your unit needs Lin to double, they're slow. If they can double, like if it helps them double, that's great. But one thing people don't realize is that Ivy is actually much faster than it seems. So right now, obviously it's speed +3 versus build +4, but let's go over the stats. All right, so Ivy has higher build than Citrinne, right? And she also has 10% build growth, which means that every 10 level ups, she will get +1 build on fixed mode, guaranteed. And right now, she is at 8 build. This is her base on Mage Knight. She will eventually hit 9 build and like 2 or 3 more level ups, and then 10 level ups after that, she'll be at 10 build. And with a weight reducing engraving on Bolganone or Levin Sword, she wields it weightlessly. So no speed decrease as a result. So she is able, she has 21 base speed, she's running speed +3, weapon weight -2. So weapon weight will go away, so she'll be +2 speed from that, but her base speed is 21, her base build right now is 8, and it'll eventually become 9 and then 10. And if it becomes 11 long term, which it could, this would be very endgame. She has to be like level 50, so I don't think that's going to happen. But if it did, you would be able to run a different engraving if you wanted. But also, she has 19 magic, which is decent. And right now she's just on speed +3, so very cheap to run. This Ivy is actually not using a bond ring, or I'm sorry, an emblem ring. She's using a bond ring. I unequipped both their rings for this though. All right, then Citrinne. Same thing. She has the better engraving. She has a damage increase, weight reduction engraving, Sigurd, which I would argue is one of the best engravings in the game. But it basically boosts her damage by 1 and reduces the weight. So she has a 10 weight Levin Sword, similar to Ivy. However, she only has 6 build, and she has 5% build growth. And on fixed mode, she'll get 1 point of build in 20 level ups. So the highest build she'll have is 7. So she'll always be -3 on the same, Levin Sword or Bolg as Ivy, -3 speed. And she's also much slower at base. So this Citrinne is basically level 22, maybe level 21, depends on how. I think I did Master Sealer right away, so I guess she is level 21. So in 2 more level ups, let's assume she's 18 speed and maybe +1 more magic. So let's say she's 23 magic and 18 speed. She also did get early sword power, which is something that Ivy can't do. Generally, this is overkill. Every time she doubles things, she usually deals excess damage, so this is like an endgame thing, but early to mid game, it doesn't matter at all. But she does get it, so it's worth mentioning. She also is running build +4 for a simple reason. It's cheaper than speed +5 long term in terms of bond fragments, and it has early availability. And if I need to, I can switch her off of this. So speed +5, if she's at 7 build, would be better. Well, actually speed +5 would be better in general, because right now her build has pushed, like build +4 has pushed her build so that the weapon is weightless, so getting build +5 would do nothing. So long term she will want speed +5, which will effectively give her +1 more speed. And then also once she gets her extra point of build, which could happen, maybe in like 10 level ups or so, she will be at 7, so she'll be +2 more speed in relation to how fast she is now. But her base speed of 17 at like level 21 is not that good. It's really not. It's quite slow. Like I think Anna at level 21 is like 20 something speed. So she's just, and I think Anna has like 1 more point of build. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure she does. But she's just a slow unit, and a lot of people like to compare her to other things. Oh, she's not as slow. You know, they'll make claims that she's not as slow as it seems, and that with speed fixing and Lin and whatever, she's great. But just looking at this, like, so here's the thing. You might argue, oh, well, build plus isn't as fast as speed plus. No, it's the same thing, because right now she's -4 speed on her sword. So if you ran speed +4, she'd still be at 17 speed. She would just be -4 from the sword, +4 from the thing, and then 17 anyways. So she's truly slow. And if this Ivy gets speed +5, and then she also, you know, gets her 2 points of build, which she will get. She's about to get a point of build any level up now. She'll be +4 more speed over Citrinne just by existing, plus the chaos style. Like, she could probably get away with just running like Byleth as a thing just to get speed to double. She doesn't necessarily need Lin, and she's much faster than Citrinne on the same class, and she also has better bulk, better defense. Let's see, hit rate. Surprisingly, so look at this. This is a hit +30, and this is a hit +20 Levin sword. So even though, like, you would think that they're similar, but her dex is actually much better too. She basically has 20 more hit than Citrinne, so she's just more accurate and she's faster, and she has better health and better bulk and better build. So like, this is why I made the one video, the upgrades video, just to show 1-to-1 this unit is over-invested in on Lin. So here's what she looks like on Lin. Let's say we're using her in a real-world situation. Now, obviously, which of these two units should get Lin? If we're being objective and efficient. Like, it should be Ivy. It's not even close. But let's say for the sake of argument, because this is how I've been running them. Let's see. Let's give you the speed +1. I guess that's fine. She's on a speed +1, and she's on Lin, which I just beat the paralog like 5 minutes ago. So right now she's 20 speed. So even on Lin, this is where it gets kind of sad. Let's go back to the map. Even on Lin, Ivy is faster. That's where it gets sad, dude. When you're getting the best, one of the best emblem rings in the game for speed fixing, and this unit that's not even known for its speed is still faster than you, that's a problem. Now I know what people are gonna say. Oh, you know, you need to run Ivy on Lindworm. You don't have to run her on Lindworm. You can run her on Mage Knight. I think people don't realize that she's actually quite fast, and that Lindworm is basically like a flying sage, and that Ivy is actually slightly faster than Citrinne on the same class. And I think this is what people don't realize when they're comparing the units, because they're comparing Mage Knight Citrinne with Chaos Style to Lindworm Ivy, who does not have Chaos Style, and then they're like, oh look, the speed is the same. Okay, we'll throw them on the same class, and look at this. She literally has +3 more speed from Lin, and she's still 3 speed slower, and she's on a bond ring that's speed +1. So it's just, now obviously if she gets speed taker kills, she's gonna get up to 30 speed. But once Ivy gets her build, like once she gets 2 build, that's +2 speed. So the difference of the speed difference will be 5 when she's at max speed taker, and then once Ivy gets speed +5, the difference will be 3 in max speed taker. And the best, so let's assume Citrinne gets a point of build, and we change her to speed +5 passive. She will be, I think, just like total 5 speed over Ivy, who's on bond ring, on one of the best speed fixing emblems in the game. 5 more speed with max speed taker. She starts out slower than her. Now if Ivy was on a speed +2 bond ring, she would be +4 speed, and then if Ivy used speed tonics, I mean, you could use speed tonics on both, but there's ways to, like, you know, boost speed. But let's say, for example, she's on like Byleth and she's +3 speed. She would only be, Citrinne would be 3 more speed over Ivy at max speed taker, just if Ivy was on Byleth. So that's quite slow. Now if we switch this, like if I give Ivy this right now, and if she has bond level 10, she would be 25 base speed, which for this map, I mean, both of these are going to double all these starting enemies, but some of these enemies, like some of these lance enemies in here and here, are faster, but she's gonna be much faster than her. Like, it's not even close. So the whole argument that, you know, just give them Lin and it fixes them, I don't think is a really good one, because if I give the better unit the same resource, they're just better with it. Like, they just have better stats. And on the same class, like pound for pound, Ivy's just objectively better than Citrinne. Like, there's no way of getting around this. I know some people will still argue about how good Citrinne is. I'm not saying she's a bad unit. Like, honestly, in this run, she's fine. Like, she's one-rounding things. Late game, she's going to need the Lyn Speed Taker. She's going to need Lyn's Speed +5 passive from equipping her and the Speed Taker to double consistently, whereas Ivy could probably get away with just running Speed +5 and maybe a tonic and something else, like some kind of ring, like +2 speed ring or +3 speed ring from something. Currently, all my rings are used on other units, though, so I'm intentionally running Ivy as low investment just to compare the two. And funny enough, her performance is on average better than Citrinne's, who's, you know, a lot of people prop her up. Now, I don't hate this unit. I just don't like bad arguments. So that's it for this one. Definitely like and subscribe if you enjoy these breakdown type videos. And yes, I did start this entire playthrough to prove this point, and also to run other test builds. But yeah, that's it for this one. Peace.